Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is a sequel to one of my favorite films from the past 10 years. And this, as a sequel, it really delivers.
Does anybody have any tape out there? I want to put some tape over the death button.
Nobody has any tape.
Not a single person has tape.
You have an atomic bomb in your bag. If anybody's gonna have tape, it's you.
I have to do everything.
You are wasting a lot of time.
So my expectations were really high for this film. And not only were they met, I say that they were exceeded. Because this film, while it's different from the first one, and it's not trying to be a huge, gigantic sequel to the first one, it is definitely its own movie, and it is an incredibly good movie. So the setup for the film is that it pretty much takes place right around not too long after the ending of the first film, and since they saved the galaxy, I think they've been able to do a little mercenary work, kind of, for heroing, heroes for hire, kind of. And at the beginning of the film, these golden people hired them to defeat this interdimensional beast that was showing up to go after these batteries. And through a series of events, now afterwards they have all these golden douchebags going after them. And they also have to deal with Peter Quill meeting his father, Ego the Living Planet. And then you also have the Ravagers coming into play, that some of them may not be very happy about what happened at the end of the first film. So this is really a great sequel because they're not trying to retread what the first film did. In the first film is really about a group of outfit characters coming together and going against incredible odds to defeat this evil guy that is trying to destroy this world. And in this film, it's really more about, they're past the honeymoon phase, the Guardians of the Galaxy, and some of the time they're at each other's throats, but they're still family. And then things get weirder because Peter Quill, he meets his biological dad, and he has to come to terms with with what does that mean for him, for the rest of the Guardians. That what will, is he a good guy, or is he a bad guy, or is he, what is he to them? And you really see so much character growth with all the characters. And you see them interact with each other, and you see a lot more of their backstory. You get, for each character, you get a lot more backstory for them. And I really loved all that aspect of the film. Each character really delivers on their role, and they each play, some different roles. Like Drax, he is so funny. The deadpan humor, he is a laugh riot throughout the whole film. And it's just really a lot of funny jokes. And, some of it can be a little risque, the jokes. Rocket, he is still kind of developing. He is kind of some of the problems with the film, what he does kind of screw things up. And there's a lot of stuff with his character that you learn, he's trying to push people away. And, I thought he was really good, when he kind of become friends with some other characters too. And that's that Yondu comes into play a lot more in this film. And he is a really good character. He's kind of like the heart of this film. And I really loved his character and all that happened with him. Of course, you have Baby Groot. I think that the film could have easily been a Baby Groot film, and it would have been too much. But he didn't use it too much. He used it just enough so that there was a lot of funny parts with him, especially when they send him off to try to find something, and he keeps bringing back things, and it is incredibly funny. And he's also incredibly cute, and there's a lot of cool stuff with him. And he's not the Groot from the first film. He's a different kind of character. He has the mind kind of a child. And it's really funny stuff with him. Of course, you have Gamora and Star-Lord, and they have like the will they won't they of the unspoken thing between them, and that kind of continues, and it's well done. I like their relationship, and Gamora has some more stuff with her sister come into play, and I really like some of the bits and pieces of that. Like they don't go too much into depths, but there's some nice moments with them, and there's some badass moments with them too. And overall, like with the Star Lord and with his dad, the Ego, like I like that some stuff is might be like almost like it's a little corny, some of the stuff, but I think it's meant to be that. Like you think that, oh, that's a little on the nose, something might be going on. I don't know about that. Like Kurt Russell as Ego was really great casting, and he really added a lot to the film with interactions with them. And I won't go much about his character to avoid any spoiling, but it's a cool character, and I like what they did with him. And I like also there's Mantis, and she's really cool. There's a lot of funny little scenes with her where she's like an empath, so if she like touches people, she can like know what their feelings are, and she can alter their feelings, and there's a lot of cool stuff with her. This film is honestly funnier than a lot of comedies, and I love that aspect of the film. Like the pacing of the jokes and how they, like the timing is really good and really funny. And there's like some jokes that go on long, and I just love them when they kind of like they return to the joke a little bit later, and it's just really funny stuff. And the action is excellent too. Like it's not an overabundance of action, but everything that's there is filmed really well. And I will say that if you can see it in IMAX 3D, you should see it. Because I traveled like over 2 hours to go see an IMAX, and it was so good. Like it really, everything popped out of it, and the colors and all the visuals were incredibly well done. Like James Gunn can make a really beautiful film. Now as for the gold people, they're really more of just a plot device to move the plot along and to get them to go places and to get them to crash on a planet and get them to, to have something to fight for a bit. And as that, I think they served their purpose, but they could have been better. But at the same time, I thought they were cool, like, especially they have these like drone ships, and like they don't want to put themselves in danger. So but they all have like they're flying almost like these like arcadey things, and they can hear arcade sounds, like while they're piloting them, and it's really cool. And like really, so many points to this movie that is just such a big movie that there's so much I could talk about, but I don't want to like spoil like some of the magical moments of the film. And it is really a magical film that I absolutely loved. Like, there's so many cool parts to it. Like, I think this is a film that will really hold up to multiple viewings. I know the first one did, and this one, it seems like there's just so much of a movie here. Like, there's so much to watch and see and experience that I think that every time I watch it, I might notice different things. I will say that this is one of the most adult Marvel and Disney films ever. And like, I mean, there's some of the Captain America like things are dark, but they're never as adult as this, because there are a lot of deaths in this, like especially from Yondu and Rocket. They kill a lot of people, and they show it in a high amount of detail. And I mean, it's awesome. Like those scenes are really cool. But it's funny because, usually in the Marvel films, they have to show their heroics, they have to go against an army of faceless things, that let them be badass but not have repercussions of actually killing people. And they don't have to worry about that here, but they kill a lot of people. And there's also like some swears, some shits, and there's a lot of like, there's some jokes that are a little dirty, and I mean they're really funny, but like I wouldn't say. I mean, I think it's okay for for young adults. But I mean, for kids, I'm not sure. I think it depends on the parents. It could be a little bit too much. But at the same time, like there's so many cool parts of it that I think that the kids will enjoy it and may not notice it. I don't know. It's really such a fun film that, and I was smiling the whole time I was watching it. Like it's just an excellent film that I really want to go see again, like right away. But I think I'll wait at least a week till I see it again. I love that they again really brought the music into the film. Like James Gunn does so good, like bringing it into the story and kind of like having it throughout the film, like the songs play. And I love how in the beginning of the movie they even kind of set it up like he's Brock is like, oh, I brought all this stuff so I can have music while we fight, and it's like it's a really cool idea so that like they're actually listening to it. It's not just for the audience. And the songs, I don't know if they're quite as good as the first film, but there's a lot of good choices and they really serve the film well. And I loved a lot of little Easter eggs and little like goofy things throughout the film, like with some characters pop up, including one of the best cameos from Stan Lee that he's done. I would highly recommend this film. And if you hadn't seen the first film, I would probably say go watch that first because you'll miss a lot of the character growth and like introducing you to the characters from the first film. But honestly, you could just watch this without having seen the first one. Just maybe a little lost at the beginning. But it's such an amazing film that I absolutely loved. Like, there's not really anything I didn't like about it. Like, I wholeheartedly loved every moment of this film. And it's funny, it's a relatively long film, like 2 hours and 20 minutes or something like that, like a little bit less than that. But it didn't feel long to me. It felt, short. Like, I could have watched another 2 hours of it and been happy. And I really recommend everyone will check it out. It's a great film that I hope does really well, and I'm sure it will. So I'd probably give it a 10 out of 10. Perfect score. And I mean, I might go like 9.75, like depending on, without 10 until I know whether it holds up. But I really think that it will hold up really well, so I'll give it a 10 out of 10. And it's really the best movie I've seen since Arrival. And, I would definitely hope people check it out. And if you would like, you can check out other videos around my head. Thanks for watching.